past me didn't know that future me realized that this video is going to be way too long, so I'm going to split this one up into two parts. But we get all of this done at the end of it. I do a couple of errors just to show you what to do if you mess up. And I did mess up several times, but I went ahead and fixed them anyway. Anyway, stay tuned. Hey everyone, this is Kevin with part 3. And what I did is I copied some of the things from the other printer model, the motor and the pulley here. We're going to be using those with this model. And go ahead and Control V, paste it in here. And just move them over to where the back is going to be. You can put these on whatever side you want, this side, this side. It could be either one, doesn't really matter exactly where it needs to be. I actually could probably keep it on this side. So this one's going to be up here, kind of. Kind of make it even with this. Duplicate that. And just make it in line with this. Have this up a little bit. Focus in on that. We want to have that have clearance for the belt and everything. And we actually want to have two of those, so I want to duplicate that. And rotate Z. That'd probably be good there. Just move it out a little bit. So that it's kind of centered with that. Go ahead. Make that there. That way it's lined up just right. I'll make this one centered with that one too. That looks good. So that was going to be there, that was going to be there. So now what we can do is kind of move the cursor over here and create a cube. Just kind of make a big one for now and put it in the color that we want for the 3D material. And size it down a little bit. I want to get this quarter somewhat close there. Move this over to the edge there. Move this edge there. And as far as size goes, I'll kind of have it just slightly under that, so that we can make supports for them. And so now what I'd like to do is just highlight all of these different things that we're going to be using in this area specifically, and hide everything else. So we got that there. Got that kind of laid out how we want it to be. And so now I'm going to make, wish I could just duplicate that. And 8 plus 10 is 18. Get 18 round. And 15 long. Just to make a mounting spot for the rod to sit on. Make sure it's selected. duplicate that. Rotate Z90. Move this back over here. Join those two together. Boolean and add those two together. These are cylinder 8. Apply. We can go ahead and delete the old ones there. We got that matched up there. Rotate that one around. Move it back a little bit there. So that looks good. So what we can do is add supports for this. Oh. Make a cube. It doesn't have to be super big. Found that if you make non-square edges, it usually gives a little bit better strengthening, things like that. Duplicate that, put that on the other side here. Put those two together. Duplicate it, rotate X 180, rotate Z90. Put that here. Probably move that over just a little bit. Okay, so that looks good there. Now we can join those two together. Boolean, union, that is cube 17. For too long, we're going to have to go through and name all these, because... Oh. Kind of messed that one up, didn't I? Okay, so let's go back to this. Just select all these. Let's get these over to where they need to be. And go ahead and redo that. Kind of comical how often I make mistakes with these. Alright, so we got that all set up. So what we need to do now, cursor is selected, make a cylinder, and this one you want to have bigger than the thing, so about 5.5 would be good, and you want to have it wide enough to go through the entire thing there. Duplicate that. Duplicate that, join those together. And Boolean with both of these. That is cylinder 8. And that looks good. So that's all set up for in order to drive both of those. And so we just need to make the rods a little bit bigger. Let's do 8.25. Let's join those together real quick. Those are cylinder 4. That looks good there. Select, go into tab or edit mode, select them all, and then choose parts. You need to set the origin back to what they originally were. And then we can change these back to 8x8. So now this part is completely made, except for the mounting. We needed to have some holes to fit the bolts into to mount it to the frame. So add a cylinder. You don't want to have these have too much tolerance. You want to kind of have the screw thread in as it goes. And we're going to be about 40, I'd say. And where'd it go? There it is. Excuse me. So we got that one there. Probably mount this with just 2. Looks like it'll go through. And I'm going to add another cylinder here. This time it's going to be the nut. And that's going to be 6. And I'm going to make a couple of nuts and bolts here. The M5 size. 5-bolt Allen cap and thread length 20 again. I find 20 millimeters is a common size that I use. It's just the right size for me anyway. So like that. So it's the angle iron and it goes on this side here. And so we're going to need to make the hole for the nut about that size there. So go ahead and make another bolt. And it should be on M5 still. Just go to change this to nut and size it up. Rotate X. So we know the size that we need now. So now we can add a cylinder. I did. I don't know. There might be another one there. I'll have to see in a little bit. Actually, rotate 30 degrees, make the same size dimensions, so that we know we have it right. So we got that. We can actually go ahead and delete that nut. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, I did make one already. Okay, so what we can do is bring this out and size that up. That way it kind of angles in. Add modifier Boolean union with cylinder 8. Not cube 8, cylinder 8. There we go. I can delete cylinder 8 now. Now we got that. Now I can duplicate that and rotate on Z. Wrong way. Oh, wait, that was the right way. So let's duplicate the nut up here to make sure that we got it the right length in. So that's the last thing you want to do, is get everything lined up and not have enough room for the nut to grip. Can line that up with that there. Go ahead and delete these. Join these two together. That is cylinder 8 now. Cylinder 8. And that looks right. Apply. Delete. And we have the mounting hole locations for it. That looks good. Go ahead and unhide everything. Oh, I just realized something. Let's go ahead and undo that. I have this nut lined up right with the angle iron, but I don't have this top one lined up right. This is moved over like that. So what I need to do is go to edit mode. Since these are both grouped together now, just move that over. Rotate it. Probably rotate that one too. I just rotated it initially to match it up with the size of the nut there. That looks good. It's lined up. There's enough room. I'll move it over just a little bit. Now I can do the gluing. Cylinder 8. Apply. That's better. There we go. And then hide everything. So I can duplicate this and just mirror. We do the interactive mirror along the X, and that works. Just line that up good there. You can actually duplicate that one. Zoom it in and rotate it on Z, 180 degrees to turn it around. That should line up with the rods pretty well here. Focus on it so I can rotate around it. Yep, that worked good. So we can just copy this one, duplicate that, rotate Z 180, line it up here. Okay, so we got the 4 corners. These ones probably make them all lined up pretty well. So if that one's not lined up correctly this way. There we go. Okay, so those are all lined up good. Now we can edit these to add the thing for the belt, but first I want to make just kind of like a simulated belt. Zoom in on this pulley here. And move the cursor here. So what I want to do is make a simulated belt. They're about 2 millimeters thick already, so you just need to go make it the length of the end to end here. and they're about 6 millimeters wide. Okay, so that's lined up pretty good there. So I'm not making the entire pulley, I'm just making the part that matters here. Oh, I just realized I kind of got that backwards. What can we do about that?